Hey guys, welcome back to After Credit Movie Chats. My name is Dean Thomas, and this is my review of Eddie the Eagle, based on the true story of Eddie Edwards, the 1988 Olympic ski jumper who competed for Great Britain, who was the epitome of an underdog. He didn't start skiing till he was in his 20s because his entire life he had dreamed of being an Olympian. No matter what sport that was, no matter what he had to do, he wanted to be an Olympian, and he found ski jumping. Now, the movie stars Taron Egerton as Eddie, and Hugh Jackman plays kind of this washed-up skier that becomes Eddie's coach, more or less, as they both are kind of seeking some redemption to succeed in something. And I gotta say, this movie is a lot of fun. You find yourself smiling the entire time. You're rooting for Eddie so much. You find yourself getting a little misty-eyed at times. And I'm a big fan of sports movies. Movies and sports are the two things, for whatever reason, that really get an emotional reaction out of me. Because not much else does, for whatever reason. And when these movies come along, I mean, you can really get into it. And I found myself getting misty-eyed a few times during this movie. Because you want Eddie to succeed. You're rooting for him. And I think a lot of credit goes to Taron Egerton, who you guys may know mostly from Kingsman: The Secret Service, if you saw that. And this kid, I think, is on his way to being a star, because Eddie's such a goofy guy, such a goofy character, that it could have felt like Taron was just playing a character, but you believed he became this guy. He really was this guy, and it paid off so well because Eddie's story is such an interesting one, such a cool one to be told. Now, the movie, it's a little cliche at times, it's a little fluffy, it's not a hard-hitting, emotional drama or anything, but it didn't need to be. And I think that's what this movie, it worked well, it got the story it wanted to tell across, and it followed who Eddie was. He was a goofy guy, so the movie was goofy. It has a lot of fun, but it's very inspirational. It's a great movie to take your family to, because the message at the end of the day really is just keep chasing your dream, no matter who or what gets in your way, no matter who doubts you. Just keep working and keep going, and you will accomplish your dream. And I gotta say, this movie really was inspiring. It's funny, like I said, you get misty-eyed at times. I'm not sure I've rooted for a character like Eddie as much as I was in a long time. Like I said, the movie's a little cliche, a little fluffy, it's a little ridiculous at times. I mean, you've got a scene of Hugh Jackman going down a ski jump in jeans and a t-shirt at night, smoking a cigarette. So, I mean, you got those kind of moments. Hugh Jackman's character is kind of your prototypical Hugh Jackman character. It's like Hugh Jackman combined with Wolverine. Meet him somewhere in the middle, and that's who he's playing. But there are some emotional scenes with this character, and when those came up, Jackman knocked him out of the park, and that was great to see. There's a couple one-note characters in this movie that are kind of like the bad guy. Eddie's dad is pretty one-note, kind of doubts him most of the movie, and it's kind of like, I feel like there was more to that. He wasn't such a one-note. There was more there. But the movie didn't explore that. But overall, I gotta say, this has been one of the most fun times I've had the movie so far this year. It really is something I think everyone should go out and see. It's such a great story. I think you'll end up feeling something at the end when you've been laughing, you've been smiling, you've been rooting for Eddie, but like you'll find yourself emotional at the end because you were rooting for this guy so much. So I definitely suggest everyone go out and see Eddie the Eagle. I give Eddie the Eagle an 83%. A little cliche, a little fluffy, but it's fun, it's goofy, it's a really fun time. I suggest everyone go out and see this movie if you can. And there you guys have it. That's my review of Eddie the Eagle. I'd like to know in the comments below, guys, were any of you guys around when this was all going on, actually witnessed the true story? I wasn't even born yet when this happened, so I don't really remember too much of it. I didn't know much of it going into the movie. So I'd like to know if you guys were around when this happened. Like, what do you remember from this? Make sure you're following me on Twitter at AC Movie Chats for all the latest movie news, reviews, trailers, things like that, which will give you all the links to my website, aftercreditmoviechats.wordpress.com. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you back here next time.